Hello everyone, Mama Do here. How you doing today? This is another Love from the Grave reading. Have you ever wondered how a medical examiner comes up with the diagnosis for death? How they come to their conclusions? We have two cards here this time. Well, this case is going to make you shake your head in disbelief. It's going to make you wonder about this person's professionalism, their knowledge, and just how far up did this cover-up go? Let's get into it. The death of Marilyn Monroe. Okay? Marilyn Monroe, 36 years old, barbiturate overdose. August the 4th, 1962. Once again, a lot of you, this person died. Oh, I had the wrong deck. This person died before you were born, right? It's okay. Before I was born, too. She was a very popular Hollywood star during the 50s and the 60s and was considered a major cha-cha-cha-cha sex symbol at the time. She was a top-billed actress for over a decade. And she grossed $200 million by the time of her death. Now, what were some of the things known about Marilyn, besides how beautiful she was? People were aware that she abused some substances that may or may not have been legal, and abused some prescriptions as well, and that she suffered from a couple of various forms of mental illness, such as depression. What else do we know about her? We know that her home was in Brentwood, and she spent the last day of her life there in her home. And her housekeeper, Eunice Murray, was spending the night. To keep her company. At approximately 3 a.m. on Sunday morning, August the 5th, Eunice noticed that Monroe had locked herself in her bedroom and appeared unresponsive when she looked into the bedroom through a window. Murray alerted Grissom, which was the psychiatrist that took care of Marilyn. He arrived soon after and entered the room by breaking a window and found Monroe dead. She was laying face down on the bed, naked, okay? Naked. Her death was officially ruled a probable suicide by the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office based on her overdosing and being prone to mood swings and suicidal ideations. And no evidence of foul play was found. An accidental overdose was ruled out because of the large amount of barbiturates that she had ingested. Three days later, on the 8th, they had her funeral. Her ex-husband, Joe DiMaggio, arranged everything, and it took place at the Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery. Despite the coroner's findings, several conspiracy theories suggesting murder or accidental overdose were proposed. Many of these involved President John F. Kennedy and his brother Robert, as well as Union leader Jimmy Hoffa and mob boss Sam, I may not say this right, Giancana. Because of the prevalence of these theories in the media, the Office of Los Angeles County District Attorney reviewed the case again in 1982, but found no evidence to support them, did not agree with the findings, and did not disagree with the findings of the original investigation. Now let's go down here, and we're going to talk about the 1982 review and the inquest, okay? But before we do, for all those invested in this reading, your affirmation for this reading is, today I will breathe. Today, let's see if I can get it to come in clear. As I face challenges, doesn't want to come in. Today, as I face challenges, I will call a mental timeout. I will consciously breathe with my eyes closed and focus on slowing my inhalation and my exhalation. Now, the synopsis of this reading. Was this an intentional overdose? Was this an accidental overdose? Was this murder? Or is there something that occurred that we're not aware of? Love call. Love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. Continuously calling with that love call. Seeking attention from another. And wearing a false mask. Yeah. Somebody's coming through with real love energy, and the other person's wearing a false mask. They just wanted to ride the wave of stardom. Not showing true feelings. Hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslighting. Wanting you to think that they are into you when they're really not. They're more interested in what you can do for them than who you are. And the romance card for this reading is all about religious factors. Yeah. You know, everybody is well aware, it's pretty much written in stone that Marilyn Monroe had an affair. Not just with John F. Kennedy, but with Robert Kennedy. Both married men, both Roman Catholics, both not divorcing their wives. And she was looking to continue a relationship with them that was only there to suit their needs, their desires, with no benefit for her. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Yeah. The standards of living that your family puts out. That, you know, me and my brothers, we can fight against one another all day long, but don't you think you're going to fight against my brother? Because I'm going to get between you and I'm going to hurt you. I'm at least going to hurt your feelings. Okay? Because that is my religious upbringing. And this family had them too. Your Archangel card is all as well. Archangel Jeremiah, everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. With hidden blessings you will soon understand. I do believe that more will come to surface as more people are aging out. This happened in 62, right? Yeah, 62. And times are changing. Things that were done, that were hidden from the public sight, more and more history is being revealed for what it truly is. So we want to ask spirit guide, angels, and ancestors to please bring forward regarding the death of Marilyn Monroe, who was involved, what happened, was it a suicide, was it a murder, what happened, Spirit? Please bring forward that energy. And if you can, please bring us messages from Marilyn Monroe. Ace of Pentacles, yeah. There's no change. There's not going to be a new stable beginning. Nothing's changing for these people. It's staying the way it was. They are not leaving their wives to be with their mistress. They're not giving up their prominent political offices. This is not a love for them. This is called an affair. She is the other woman. Okay? So with that being said, alright. Based on the advanced date, this is from the 1984, is it? 82 review, 20 years after Marilyn's death. And this is coming from the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office. They interviewed and inquested the psychiatrist, three different psychiatrists from Los Angeles Suicide Prevention Center, and interviewed Monroe's doctors and psychiatrists. And they said, based on the advanced state of rigor mortis of the body that it was discovered, it was estimated she had died between 8:30 and 10:30 p.m. on August the 4th. Toxicological analysis concluded that the cause of death was acute barbiturate poisoning. She had 8 milligrams of chloral hydrate, 4.5 milligrams of phenobarbital in her blood, and a further 13 milligrams of phenobarbital in her liver. The police found empty bottles of these medicines next to her bed. There were no signs of external wounds or bruises on her body. Now, let me see. in the final report, they're saying that some of her medicine had been filled the day before. There's another one down here. Sorry. In 1983, Thomas Noguchi published his memoirs, in which he discusses Monroe's case and the allegations of discrepancies in the autopsy and the coroner's ruling of suicide. These included the claims that Monroe could not have ingested the pills because her stomach was empty, and that the Nembutal capsule should have left yellow residue, that she may have been administered an enema, and that the autopsy noted no needle marks despite the fact that she routinely received injections from her doctor. They're also saying that that amount of medicine would have made her vomit, and she had not vomited anywhere. It would have caused hemorrhaging in her stomach linings, that amount. And like I said, there was no sign of vomiting anywhere. And there was no yellow dye residue anywhere either. Anything else here? The housekeeper said that some of the Kennedys had been to the house earlier in the day, before she had noticed the lights on. But that Monroe was feeling very depressed, and she was in an unkept state and was not interested in doing her makeup or her hair, or, preparing herself for company, so to speak. So here we go again. Let's ask Spirit what happened. We already see that she was just the other woman. She was the fling of the month. So we have the Knave of Pentacles, looking for acceptance, the Two of Cups, not receiving. Buttercup, get down. Not receiving the love. Basically being told no. No, that's not how this works now. You don't snap your fingers and I come to you. I snap my fingers and you come running to me. Queen of Swords. And the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, so right here what I have is her trying to get her way. Getting rejected. Being told that there's another female already in that place that's in the wifey spot. And Monroe wanting to dislodge that person from their spot. So did MARILYN commit suicide? It's kind of like a warning. It says justice, but it also says Pandora's box here. Look at that cat, like, is this really, do you really want this answer? Yes, Spirit. Did Marilyn Monroe commit suicide? Or did somebody cause Marilyn Monroe's death? 2 of Wands. A decision was made to protect, to preserve, for the betterment. Seven of Swords in reverse. To remove the intrusion. The Hermit. And disappear. And just in air. 1 minute you're there, and the next minute you're not. Down under the cloak of darkness. Who? Who did it? 4 of Cups. Somebody not emotionally invested in this case, in this reading. The Fool. Somebody was paid. It was paid. They were there for the money. There was no emotional investment to them. Okay. So, nobody got their hands dirty. Nobody got caught. They rushed in, did their thing, and rushed out. They were like a thief in the night. But they forgot and left that light on. Or it would have been even longer. Yeah, they're not going to get caught. There's nothing to connect them. So a high-class, high-powered, well-experienced hitman here. The 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups in reverse, 2 of Swords in the upright, and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So, no sweat off their brow. They're going to protect home and family at all costs and cut out anybody who is basically bringing harm their way, or anybody they see that is willing to bring harm their way. I gotta ask, Spirit. I got to ask. Holy Spirit, Spirit Guide, angels, and ancestors, did John F. Kennedy have anything to do with this? 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is standing up for what you believe in, fighting off the naysayers. And that's clarified by strength being the strong one, taking charge. So did Robert Kennedy have anything to do with the spirit? Did Robert Kennedy have anything to do with the demise of Marilyn Monroe? The star. He saw it coming. He saw it coming. He knew that she was on a path that was leading her to destruction. And it's clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. Because he knows his family. Now, could I go down the line and ask for each and every Kennedy? Absolutely, I could. But I don't need to. It was pretty much discussed. And then it was handled. And it was dealt with. Because this young lady wanted so much more out of relationships that were actually only situationships. So, for everybody invested, a card of advice from Spirit for you for this reading is the Phoenix. Will be like Marilyn in her movies, the Phoenix. Resurrection, surrender to change. You don't have to stand up there fighting all by yourself. Sometimes it's a good thing to change. The Phoenix appears as your ally to celebrate your journey and to ensure your ultimate success. This is true even if it appears that you just passed through a metaphorical experience of death or are currently enduring a perception of failure in your life. Enduring a perception of failure in your life. You know, maybe you got yourself involved in a situation. It's not going anywhere for you. It's not likely to change. You can take that failure and make it a stepping stone and get to your next goal and be the phoenix to rise up and accomplish it. So for all of you invested in this reading, I send you my love and light, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.